This video is brought to you by Colorware. With tons of color combinations for several devices, Colorware makes it easy to customize your tech. Whether you want paint or a wrap, click the link in the description to get started. As a bonus, use code TEAMJJC at checkout to save 10% on your next order. What's going on, friends? It's Jonathan, and welcome back to another JC production where I deliver your daily dose of hotness. And in this video, we're going to be talking about some news, some Apple news. It's almost like Apple took themselves, put themselves in an oven, set the timer, and then an apple pie came out. It's that good. It's Apple-licious. We're gonna be talking about some Apple heat. I've been waiting a long time for Apple to make the move to allow me to take my iPad, this small, compact little device, with me instead of a laptop and still be able to accomplish all of my creative needs. They finally done it with iPadOS. So in this video, I'm gonna give you 10 reasons why iPadOS is a huge deal for creators like myself. Number one is external storage support. This one doesn't really need any details because it says it all right there in the name. You can plug in a drive externally and use it on your iPad. And thanks to number two, which is an improved file system, you're gonna be able to navigate through that external drive and gather your files and pull them off, put them on your iPad, or put them on your iPad temporarily and then move them to a different storage device and begin your editing. This is amazing. You can also take something like this, plug it into your iPad, and you'll be able to get your files off of an SD card. Or you could take a dock, put your SD card in the dock, and then have an external drive hooked up to that dock, and then just move files around. In any case, the possibilities are there, and this is definitely a major step in the right direction. And this alone makes the iPad a viable source now for, accomplishing your photo editing and video editing on the road rather than bringing your laptop. Now, quickly to go back to number two, which was the improved files app, they have also allowed for a network storage or NAS support built right into the files app, so you can access any network access storage that you may have available to you, such as like your home server at the house. They've also improved the look and the functionality of the files app altogether by bringing in columns. So now it's more familiar and it resembles more of like a desktop file system versus what the files app used to be. And finally, you have the ability to allow share access right within the files app, meaning that I can take maybe a video clip, share a link of that video clip with one of my partners or a colleague, and they can have access to that same file. Pretty nice. Number three is mouse support, something we've been waiting for a long time, and it's finally here. Even though Apple didn't talk about it, there are plenty of videos online showing the ability to use like a Bluetooth mouse. There are plenty of videos online showing the ability to use any Bluetooth any Bluetooth mouse that you want to use, which is huge for video editing, for photo editing, for even just doing documents. Like, this is something that should have been there from the jump. I'm so happy they finally brought it, and this is definitely going to be a game changer for content creators. Number five, font management. And I know this might not sound like a big deal to probably most of you. This is actually way bigger than you may think, and we're going to discuss it further at the end of the video because it's going to tie in with another reason. So I don't want to give away the last reason or the second to last reason, so we're going to talk about it in just a bit. But font management is huge for creative professionals. Number six is Sidecar with Catalina, and this is huge. Basically, it turns your iPad into a secondary display for your laptop or your desktop running macOS Catalina. This is great. This is awesome. Now, I know we've had the ability to do this with third-party applications, but now that it's built native right into the operating system, this technically should function much better. Plus, it's free. To go along with that, not only will the iPad be a secondary display, but it will also be a touch capacitive display that supports the Apple Pencil, meaning that if you're in Adobe Illustrator or Photoshop, the iPad will act as something like a Wacom tablet with the use of the Apple Pencil. Again, this is just fantastic for creators. Number seven builds off of number six because they've improved the Apple Pencil latency from 20 milliseconds to 9 milliseconds. Here's a fun fact for you. 9 milliseconds in terms of latency is imperceptible to the human eye. Number 7 has to do with Safari. And if you're a creator and you're thinking, what the hell does Safari have to do with what I do? Just hear me out. It's a big deal and you're gonna like it. So right now, if you were to go to a website on your iPad, it's gonna automatically default to the mobile version of that website. But with iPadOS, it's gonna automatically default to the desktop version of that website, giving you a very similar experience, if not the same experience as your desktop or your laptop that you're currently using. And this is awesome because there's a lot of websites out there that have to run in a desktop variant in order to give you the full experience. So it's gonna allow you to access more websites and do more things online. Now to go one step further, there's also now a dedicated download manager, meaning that you can go to stock footage sites for video or for pictures or maybe even for graphics and download those. You're gonna see them right there in the download manager and you're gonna be able to use them in your editing applications. Number 8, there's way more keyboard shortcuts. I don't know them all. I haven't used iPadOS yet because I wanna be surprised when it drops, but I'm gonna go ahead and just throw up a little sheet here. This is great for navigating the iPad, for typing up documents if you're like a writer or if you gotta write a script or a shot list. This is also good if third-party developers get involved and create even more keyboard shortcuts for when you're editing. Number 9, with iPadOS, that means Apple hasn't forgotten about the iPad. That means they're focusing on the iPad again and they're taking it seriously because they know people wanna use it for professional work. This means that the next iPads, or maybe the iPads after that, are gonna be serious and definitely designed to accomplish, professional tasks. Another thing is, Apple's accessories, like Apple's keyboard is not the best. Like I absolutely hate Apple's smart keyboard cover, but with mouse support and being that they see more people are doing professional work on their iPads, they finally might release a better smart keyboard cover. Here's hoping. And finally, number 10, desktop applications. I know it's a long shot, but just hear me out. So with things like external storage support, font management, mouse support, all of these things combined make me think that desktop applications are coming and they're gonna be coming very, very quickly. We already know Photoshop is coming later on this year, so that will probably be the first. And moving forward, I think we're gonna see more full-fledged desktop applications on the iPad. Who knows, maybe even, like a Final Cut Pro 10 mobile. Well, friends, that about does it for me. These are 10 reasons why I think iPadOS is a huge, huge deal for creators like myself, like you, if you're watching this video and you're a creator. If you're not, just go home. We don't want to hear about you. Just, this video is not for you. I will come through this camera and I will eat your face. I will eat your face like I was a pit bull, ravenous, foaming out the mouth. I'm looking for an apple. Your face looks like an apple. You're gonna get eaten because you're not a creator. I'm just kidding, friend. There's no reason to hit that dislike button just yet. You know I love you. You're special. You're unique. It doesn't matter if you create stuff or not. You are a great person, and I am excited about iPadOS. Let me know down in the comment section if you're excited about iPadOS, and did I miss anything? Like, what are your favorite features that are coming to the iPad, and what do you think about the future of the iPad? Do you think that this is the future? Eventually, this will replace at least the lower end MacBooks, and is that 16-inch MacBook Pro gonna rule out the current MacBook Pro? So the 16-inch MacBook Pro replaces the 13 and the 15, and the iPad replaces everything else. It is possible. We'll have to wait and see, but it is possible. I mean, it's gonna happen way later, but just asking you, future, let me know down below. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Drop it a thumbs up if you did. If you didn't like this video, you can go home with the people that don't know how to create stuff. If you have any questions, concerns, comments about the channel, or you just wanna say what's up, leave it down below in the comments section, or better yet, hit me up on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, as things are always popping over there. And of course, I will talk to you apple-loving, Garden of Eden Mac people in the next video.
Now picture homie rolling, let me offer my condolence. You don't know just how I'm doing. And the silence go them broke cause they know him for talking fluent. Got him under the influence, the truest for talking to him. But if on your ego bumping him out music, I'm eschewing. I just doing good a day, gonna have to get explicit.